Generic greetings and welcome to Story Time. A previous Saturday gone by, I awoke and in my still half asleep, half stupid pre-beveraged head, I thought, why don't I play something relaxing? And I immediately picked up the tablet and without thinking scrolled through and saw that Kingdom New Lands was on there. So I thought, well, I've played the original Kingdom, which I think is now been renamed as Kingdom Classic, and I really enjoyed it. So I bought it without thinking, why don't I just turn on the computer because I already own it on there, or get it on Nintendo Switch because it's probably going to be better. But either way, I bought it for tablet and I sat there and played it for 2 hours straight before actually getting out of bed. And yeah, good time was had, and I sort of rediscovered the game in a way. Now, as I said, I did play the classic version quite a number of years ago, and I think I did do a preview of it as well. And I did quite enjoy that one, but this is the New Lands, which I think is sort of the default option these days. It's better in every way by all accounts, but I've been really enjoying it, so I thought I would have a nice beverage. By the way, today's beverage is a nice cup of tea, and show you a little bit of it. So essentially what you need to do is survive, and the way you do that, in this game anyway, is by building up your kingdom or camp or whatever you want to call it, and you can recruit different peasants or villagers, and you can sort of arm them with bows like that, and arm them with this thing over here, which is like a, what is it, just like a mallet thing? Yeah, it's just a hammer. In this, it's builders, it's hunters, and you can get other things as well, which we'll see as we explore. I'm currently following this ghost because apparently that's generally what you do. The problem is that at night you will get some people that will turn up. I say people, they are more things. They remind me of No-Face from Spirited Away, like little mini versions, and I think they're called the Greed or something, but either way, they're after your crown, so you want to probably keep away from that as much as possible. Actually, I've built that in the wrong place. I have built that in the wrong place. I want to probably put it here, although, there's some villages here. So recruit one more villager, I'm going to do that, and be a maverick and recruit 2 more. Or recruit an extra one, rather, up to the 2. So you can see that what's currently happening is the the hunters here they're going around and shooting all of the rabbits, and they are collecting the coin. There's other ways to get coin. You can get another bowman. Yeah, there we go. And yeah, you can get coin by farming, by going to and find chests and things like that. It says get another bowman. I'm just waiting for them to, there we go, get that sorted. And build, expand, defend. There you go. And that's pretty much all the help you get, I think, and that's interesting because it sort of leaves you to sort of discover the game yourself and figure it out, and that's okay. There's a lot of subtleties that I didn't realise until I played it a lot more. Like, for example, when you're running, your horse does have a stamina meter, but if you stop on grass, they will eat the grass like that, and that will sort of replenish their stamina, which is cool. I'm going to go over to my encampment and order another upgrade on that in a moment. You can see they're all hunting over there. If I go over to the far, probably go over to the far left here, and I'll put the defense in. Oh, I can't put it in there. The reason why I can't put it in there is because we have to chop these trees down. So we'll order those for removal, and I'm just going to check to see if there's anything there. No, there's not. Sometimes you'll find like a trader, or you'll find if I just stop next to this person, if they've got any money, they will give it to me. No, they don't. Yeah, you'll find, like, traders that will come back and forward. You'll find different villages and such. But if you... Oh, there's the trader, in fact. So I'm guessing that there's the village just to the right here. Yeah, that's the village there. And that's going to be kicking out recruitable people. So I'll say, there's a coin, and you'll go back there. And if we go further on, yeah, there's these sort of traders' encampment. So you don't want to destroy the trees too far, because if you do, then it destroys the villages, which is something that I found out to my dismay. And the reason this is called New Lands, I keep on going to say New Worlds, it's certainly not that. New Lands is because you can find a boat, and you build a boat, and you must build a boat, and you will then travel to a new land, and it gets progressively harder, and you have different things. You also have seasons in this, and different mounts, and all manner of well, things to explore and find, and like relics and different sculptures and yeah, that sort of thing. And it's now dark, so we can see everybody's now trying to run inside, and uncharacteristically, we've got the builder coming along and running inside, because a lot of the time they don't do that, and what they'll often end up doing is just getting hit. They'd like to stick outside. Anyway, I've got enough coin now to hopefully upgrade this encampment 1, 2, 3, and then you can see it's now got my banner there, as well as some tents, but then I'll eventually upgrade it to a sort of wooden hut type thing, and then you can go over to stone. I don't know if there's another one from there. There's also another game in the series, which is 2 Crowns, I think. That's actually supposed to be co-op, so I'm very much looking forward to perhaps checking that out at some point. As you can see, we have these rocks as well when we place defenses on there. In terms of controls, you can play this one-handed. Currently, I can sort of have a sip of beverage and keep moving around. There we go, that day 2. And yeah, it's like it's A and D to move left and right, and then just hold down to drop the coin. And you can see the trader has dropped me some coin. I'll give him 1 to go back, and I think they'll go and sort of do a forage. There might be a forage here. I'm not really too sure. It doesn't explain. As I said, it's very minimalist in that way. So this is now being upgraded, and I want to do that probably some more. But what I'm going to do instead, actually, I'm going to go over to this place. I'm going to then put some coin into there, and I do want another archer. There we are. And then I want to go to the far left, because eventually you will find the end of the map. Now, I know I came in this way anyway, but it will have changed because that's just sort of the little intro thing. So we're going to keep running through here, and we'll see what we can find. You can see we've stopped there because the horse is a little bit tired. I don't know if you can get other mounts other than horses. I know in map 3, I think it was, and I don't know how many lands there are, but in the 3rd one I found like a pasture, and I was able to get like a bright white horse, and I tried to run there and it doesn't work, and all that's happened is there's the boat, so we'll eventually have to rebuild that. Yeah, the white horse doesn't run as fast, but I think it has more stamina. There's one of the boxes that I mentioned earlier that you can get money from. There we go. We're just going to collect all of that. That's really good. I generally head out very early on in the morning if I want to travel like quite fast, so I'm going to give that person a coin and that person a coin, and it's unlikely they'll be able to get back all the way there at this stage because it's quite a walk, and if they get hit, I don't think at this stage anybody gets killed. What happens is they get hit and then they lose the coin, which turns them back to like the sort of peasant, and the enemy runs off with that. Although there are other enemies, one of them sort of spawns out other little monsters, and the other one sort of flies and can actually take people, and that was a bit ropey. And we're coming up to a portal, and we can see it is there sort of sweet. Yeah, well let's just head the other way. But at least we know now that we've been all the way to the left of the map, so that's important. We know that really the only couple of things here that are of great note at this stage anyway are the encampment, which is here. I'm not going to give this person a coin because it's unlikely that they'll be able to get back. I think if they lose their coin, they head back to whichever is closer, either your village or their little camp in the forest. And there's the boat there as well, so that's important that we know where that is. By all means, if I've got these bits wrong, because there are a lot of subtleties in this that, let's say, you will sort of discover as you play, because it doesn't tell you anything really. You sort of left to your own device to discover these things. I believe also the horse does run faster in certain environments. Anyway, let's see if this person's got any money for me. Oh yeah, we'll stop, and it does. In fact, this thing here, this is a farm, so I will say build that, and it means that we can farm there. This way, we're going to put some defences. First one is like it's like this thing here. It's like sort of barricade. The one behind that is like a little archer post. We will now upgrade this because it is simply good to do that. And that'll upgrade everything else around it. There we go. And we also have this scythe here where we can, well, get a scythe essentially. And there's 2 people here, which hopefully we'll be able to give some coin to. Nice little tip: if you put it like there, put it there, they'll sort of run towards the coin, and then hopefully they'll be able to make it back to the camp without getting hit. I'm just looking around to see if there are any enemies. You can see, oh yes, there we are. We have someone attacking there. And it looks like we have. Why are they trying to run outside? Oh, they're trying to run out to pick up the hammers. I don't know if you can see that there's 2 hammers sitting over here. That's because what's probably happened is they've built this, and then they have yeah, there we go. They've picked the hammers up. They've built that, and then instead of running back very quickly, they've sort of just slowly went back, and then they've been hit. But I'm surprised that they've got the hammers back. I do find that these workers, they'd really like to do that. I think I lost 5 workers in one night because I marked one tree in the outskirts for like to removal, and all they did was basically get killed. It sort of wandered out there and went, oh, okay. And this was in the middle of the night as well, which was interesting. Anyway, what I'm going to do is head to the right this time and see how far we can get. Like I say, I don't know what we're going to find here because it is all randomly generated. Looks like we have got a box. I'm guessing the islands, they do differ. Like, you'll get different things, and it does seem that you're introduced to more and more things as you progress on. Like, there's a shrine on the second one, and you can upgrade to stone structures. This is a signpost that if we get that, I think that's something to do with moving on the map, but I'm not really too sure, actually, if I'm quite honest with you. I'm going to drop a coin here, which means that person will run after it, so to get a little bit further, and hopefully that'll give them a little bit of a head start to get back to the to the main town. It looks like to the right here we are going to open up, and this will be the dock. It has to be the dock because, well, there is always a dock as far as I'm aware. That's very pretty. I always was very appreciative of the reflections. And it is sort of 2.5D. Like, that is obviously like flat plane there, but the water itself isn't. I'm going to guess Unity or something like that. Anyway, we'll head all the way to the left edge and we'll see what else we need to do. Now, as I said, we need to build that boat, and we'll build that as best we can. Unlikely that we'll build it and move to the next island in this video, but we'll see how we get on. As I said, it's a game that I did play when it came out, and I quite enjoyed it, but I didn't play an immense amount of it, and I think I've just got a newfound appreciation for it after playing the New Lands one. I don't know if it's sort of universally accepted to be better, but I don't know. There seems to be extra bits that are better there. So I'm going to upgrade this. Actually, no. What I'm going to do is upgrade my. I'm going to actually upgrade this and get another. I'm going to get some more archers. One archer and one extra farmer, and then see if I have enough coin for this, which I think I will do. And what this will do as well is it'll upgrade that, but it won't upgrade these. Now, see this thing here? This is where we can put some defenses on it, same as this one as well. But if you upgrade to a stone structure, then it upgrades these and builds them automatically, so that's like sort of cheaps it out. However, I don't currently have access to that, so, well, I can't. You notice over here that we have the farming station as well. This is the what's the term? Like the farmable land. And if you, let me cut down that tree, and then we'll cut down, might as well cut down that tree as well. If you upgrade this, which you can do, it puts like a little farming station there. Instead of the farmers going back to the town, which you can see that one is currently doing, it means that they stay there. So you technically don't harvest anymore, because I don't think that their presence increases it or decreases it, just they have to tend to the crops. But it means that because of them going back and forward, it can be slightly problematic. It's just wasting more time, you see. So we have two farmers, which is good. I'm going to go over to the right and then upgrade this. You can see we have a couple of archers around there. No, one of the archers just giving us loads of money. That's simply because they've gained it while out and about, probably killing the rabbits and all of that. Killing? Hunting. Sort of the same thing. End result is exactly the same. Anyway, you can see we've got one little villager, two villagers. There's also a sort of straggler at the back there. I think if the attack was going to come, it would have come by now, so I'll just give that person a coin and they'll run in here. We have two extra bows for them. Oh, sorry, it looks like one extra bow. It looks like someone else has bought that out, and there's someone coming from that side as well. So I'm just waiting until the morning, and then the trader or whatever will give me the money, and then I have to pay him to go away. And then we're going to go over to the far left again, and we can see that this has now been cleared, which means we can also place another sort of farming bit there as well. And if we wanted to, we could build this. Actually, I don't think we can now because of where that is. That's a bit of a shame. Okay. Why can't we build that there? Have I got no money? I have got money, so I don't know why we can't build that there. That's very strange. Anyway, oh, there we can. If we build here, what will happen is we can then move the defences forward. The problem is, as you can see, this is a tower, but this is only on this station here. So we've got a tower there, and then we've got our defences here, but we can't upgrade either anymore. And sort of more importantly, if we put it further forward, we won't be able to build the tower. We can only build the sort of defensive structure. For the tower, we'd have to continue going on and on and on until we get to here, and this is where we'd build the tower. And that is a possibility. It's a little bit further to the left than I would have really liked, but I mean, we might as well do it. And the advantage of that is that we can also then upgrade this station, have a lot of farmers, so earn a lot of money very quickly. So let's do that. So I've marked those trees to be demolished because we can't build up there until we've done that. I'm going to run back and get another builder, I think, and then also a farmer would be nice. Oh, you can see here we now have this I call them the tax collector, but I don't know what they are. They have this sort of book and they go around, and I would have thought they'd passively generate money, but they don't. If you give them coin, what happens is you'll sort of put them in the pocket. If you give them 10 coins, it then puts it inside the keep, and then that starts generating interest. So, you know, quite good on that front. So I'm just going to go over to this person here. Just going to stand next to them. They don't have any cash for me. He doesn't have any cash for me, and that doesn't have cash for me. I don't think the ones up here, the ones that are stationed, I don't think they shoot rabbits or any things like that. But I think if they had coin before they go up there, then you can still get it off them. But as I said, it's sort of a bit of a guesstimation on my part. So running over to the left then, let's see how things are going here. We do have a couple of hunters. And I think the biome does change as well as you remove things. So that person should have, yeah, I was going to say that person probably will have coin on them. The stuff on the far left then, has it been removed? Yes, there is the worker, and there's another worker, and I'm hoping that if I stand next to them, they'll, yeah, give me that coin, but it's a bit of a shame it doesn't pick it up very, very quickly. What I'll do is I'll order that to be built. Oh, I can't do either of those, so I'm going to have to order these tree removal, but I can't do that now. Well, I can, but it would probably be quite bad, so I'm waiting to wait until we got the next day. You see all this land has now changed. Originally it was sort of forest stuff, and it's now changed. We do have 2 crops there. I think each farmer will make another one. I think that's how it works. Do we have enough for another farmer? We do, so we'll build that. And we have 3 more remaining. 3 more coin remaining. Again, no like UI to speak of, really. There's no numbers to tell you how many coins there are. There's no readout on how many types of villages you have and things like that. And it keeps you like glued to what's going on, because you have to be alert. You can't just look for numbers. You have to sort of remember how many you've got, or have a quick look around and stuff, and it's quite engaging because of that. Looks like we've not really had any attacks as far as I can tell. That should be about right now. I will pop a coin there and get that other villager, because why not? 1, 2, 3 people I think that are spare now, which is, oh no, 2 people, because one of them would have picked up the scythe from over the right hand side there. So what will happen is, yep, there we go, there's the morning, and we will give that person the coin, and we're going to go over to the far left now. This station that I'm passing here, by the way, it allows you to build a catapult, and that is good for taking out large numbers of enemies. There are seasons in the game. It does go to, you know, spring, summer, autumn, winter, but it doesn't cycle back, as far as I can tell, to the spring. If it's winter, that's it. Winter's come, and that's it. So you better be prepared for that, because I failed the 2nd or 3rd map because I was basically just messing around and trying to, like, I was testing things, like what happens when you remove certain trees in a certain way and all that sort of thing, or whether or not you put like these things here, whether you put these in the middle of nowhere, whether behind no defenses, stuff like that. And it went to winter, the crops don't grow anymore, and that was the main source of my food. So, yeah, not great. This is another thing we can upgrade, which will give us more land to farm on, but we've already got enough back the other area. You see that the banner here, this represents your forward lines. That's where your people will stand around as the first line of defense. Speaking of first line of defense, I want to upgrade that, and I also probably want to order the removal of that tree, the removal of that tree, and the removal of that tree. I'm not too sure what I think, is that a coin symbol on there? I think if we remove that, we might get another coin, but I could be making that up completely. Just stand next to them. No, they don't have anything. You see, someone has been stationed here. And let's see. So we should get 1 coin off the first. Well, you definitely get a coin off each just for removing them. And we'll get 2 off that one. No. Oh, hang on. It might have done. It might have dropped a coin, actually. To get this ship built, it costs 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 coin in order to get that built. And then you have to then basically build it bit by bit. So I'm going to stand here, get the coin off them. You can see there's a couple of deer. They're getting shot there. And I will not have enough coins, sadly, for that to be upgraded, but it's not too much of a problem. So we're going to run back to the far right, because this is nice and flat. I think we can run all the way there. Should be fine. You can see, now one of these is being removed, so yes, there we go. You can see how much coin we get. We get loads of coin for the farming, so yeah, nice decent way to generate cash. Looks like the sun is setting. We might, because of where this person is, have enough time to build this. I wouldn't normally recommend building anything like this or upgrading anything at night. Certainly building, it's not really too much of a problem, unless it's not a problem if it's inside, If it's outside, it can be an issue, but I wouldn't say upgrade, because sometimes when you do that, it'll remove them. So instead of upgrading this while still keeping the barricade in place, it will simply remove the barricade, and then you will get attacked very, very quickly. And yeah, that can go all kinds of bad. So I'm just waiting to see what sort of knight we're going to get. Oh, there we go. There's one of the enemies, and you can see that we are firing the arrows. Once again, these arrows are sort of simulated. It's not an auto hit. You can see it goes up and over, and we'll like hit into them, and they don't track. They are like arrows. Once they're released, they are in, you know, free flight, and they can miss. If the tag sort of goes here and like attacks and moves back, it will happily miss. You do get blood moons, I think they're called, as well. Basically, the sky goes all red, and I think like bigger attack or something like that. And it gets harder and harder and harder as you go through each of the seasons, as well as you know, the time goes on. So you don't want to be sitting around too much. So, with the coin that I have, I want to spend that on another couple of bows. Would be nice. There we go. Just so we have enough defences. Also, probably another farmer, but I don't think I have any other spare village, so I'll go and get one there. I tend, if I find something like that with a village very, very close, I tend to keep it there if I can expand the other way. Again, I don't know if that's the way to do it. I'm sure there's many other tactics and, you know, much better ways of doing it, but there you go. I've just got an achievement for day 5 because, as I said, I played the original game when it came out, but I didn't play... do I want to upgrade one of these? If I upgrade one of these, it will make you... They'll stay there. And actually, if I upgrade this one, it might be bad because it'll probably remove this. So instead, what I'll do is I'll upgrade this. Ooh, just enough coin. And we will see that upgraded, which means all of the farmers, instead of going back to the camp, which is quite a ways away, they will go here instead. So that's pretty good. You can see the weather has changed there, and it is now raining. I don't know if that is anything other than just a nice aesthetic change, or whether it does genuinely... alter things. Just waiting for them. They got anything? No. Nothing here? No. And nothing there. You can see all this has changed now. It's all sort of flat ground, which means we're not going to get the rabbits. We're not going to get the any of the deer or anything like that, because I think they only spawn in these sort of wooded areas. So I don't really want to go too far. But remember, most of our cash now is going to be coming from that trader, because we're not going to wipe his camp out. And also, mainly from farming. The farming will give us a nice amount of cash. So just going to go back over to the right, and there we go. Our hut is now built. So at night, you've also got this like water wheel on the side there as well. So at night, they will hide out here. It doesn't mean they're protected, by the way. It means, because I think originally what happened is I built one of these outside of my defences, as in the defences were still over to the right there. Like this was the last line of defence for my camp, and I placed that out there. And as you can imagine, that didn't go well. In fact, I think I had 4 farmers, so that cost me 16 to replace those, I think, because they'd nick it. I'm going to stand next to this guy, and is he going to give me anything? No. If you give this guy a coin, as I mentioned, it will generate interest, and you can stand next to him, and it'll give you either interest or just sort of empty the stash, or whatever you want to call it. So that's pretty good. Just stand next to these hunters to see if they've got any coin for me, which they do not. So it looks like we've farmed out the rabbits. Not sustainable there, although I think I've just finished map 3 on the tablet, and there we go. I'm just trying to get the horse to eat that. Yeah, I think I got map 3 or 4. Oh, looks like we're going to get this blood moony thing that I mentioned. And yeah, the primary source of income for that was actually not farming, because of the random nature of where things were generated. It was very far away, the first arable land. So I had to just... there was woods to the left and right. I didn't expand much, and it was just hunting. Hunting deer and hunting rabbits, and putting that money away into the bank, and putting, I think, up to 100 in there, and just getting the the extra money, the interest, that's it. You can see it is now turning to ominous music with a red moon that rises, and we will be attacked from one side. Which side is it going to be? I don't know if there is a way of determining what side it is going to be, although, to be fair, there are 4 people here defending, so I don't know if the game knows. Well, obviously the game knows, but I wonder if it's simulated so that the archers and stuff know, so they will run to one side or another. I'm guessing that it's not that side then, because we would have seen it by now. So let's quickly run to the left, and you can see, ah yes, we should have now people in here. Are they? No, they're not in there. Why are they not there? That's interesting. Maybe it has to be on the other side. I'll check in a moment. And, oh, there's nothing over here either. Normally there'd be like bodies around there, so maybe it's just the first one you don't get it. I really don't know. Anyway, let's see if that person's got anything. Nope, I'm going to continue on. Yeah, why wouldn't they stay in here? That's very weird. Maybe if the farms maybe they only go towards the closest one back over. So these ones here, they won't go to this. But if I upgrade this, I'm fairly confident it's going to wipe out 2 farms. Not that that's a massive issue, you understand. There's loads of coin from the farming. None on there. I will then get the coin off this person. Thank you very much for your services. And then hand that back over. Right, what I want to do is get another farmer. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'd like another one, but I also want to upgrade that on the left. Actually, no, I will get another farmer because I think that should be okay. And I would just want to try something beforehand. Let me drop a coin there. Oh, no. Drop a coin there. And while I'm here, you might as well have a coin too. And there we are. In terms of the other maps and introducing more stuff, not to spoil it too much, but anyway, this is only from my experience. It might differ because I said the maps are random. Also, please bear in mind, I have not got to the end because I don't even know where that is. I don't know how many maps there are, but yeah, it's like the next one. You got like shrines. You got like arrow shrines or archer shrines. So if you pair those, you then end up getting like more increased accuracy in the bows. There was a thing I could pay to allow me to upgrade to the stone structures, so stone walls and things like that, and also like a stone keep, and that is very, very bright. It's very, very nice. I just realised is the queen, is she side saddle? I think so. Anyway, so that is now ordered. This is like the catapult thing that I mentioned, but the catapults themselves, they do require manning, so you do need some workers for that. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to order another one of those. You can see there's a villager coming along here. When they spy, there we go. They're just seeing it. When they get within a certain distance, they will spy out a free tool or weapon and run towards it and get it, and you can see they change into that class essentially. It is the first come first served, and if they come from say this side and there's a tool here and an archer one on the right hand side, they're just going to get the closest one. For the most part, it seems to work fairly well. I have had a couple of issues when it comes to some things, like for example the workers going out at night, which always was a bit of a pain. You can see this is now start to be farmed. So 1, 2, 3, 4 farms, I think, but they're now running to the right, and there we go. So yes, this person here, they're going to stay there because they are stationed in this farm, so they're going to go back to there. So to be honest with you, if I upgrade this, what will happen is because of its size, it'll wipe out this farm and it'll wipe out this farm, and then it's sort of pointless, isn't it? It wipes out both farms left and right because I think of its size, and then this one will be farmed, but then they'll still go back home. The only advantage with doing that is then they'll hopefully start to go on this side, so I might end up doing it anyway, also just for a bit of a test, so we shall see. Anyway, going on to the far left here just to see if there's any other attacks. I think they come from I think they come from both sides, or do they have to come from the portal is the question. Either way, I've ordered this catapult. I was going to say trebuchet. It's not a trebuchet, it is a catapult. And you can see that it's slowly getting pushed along. I ordered the one on the left because, quite frankly, it's the one that's furthest away, so that makes perfect sense to me. Okay, so we are now on to day VIII, which is 5, 6, 7, 8, and we'll get some more coin here, and then once again pay them. And what do I want to do? Do I want to spend this coin? Do I want to spend this coin on? Well, I'm trying to think now what I really would like to spend it on. Another villager is always useful. Can't get rid of any of these trees because it'll wipe stuff out, so we really can't expand too much to that side. Looks like the archers are not finding anything. I can't upgrade this any further. I can get, when you get stone, I think the second level, well, the second one after that, you end up getting a, getting like a 2-person post, then you get a 3-person post as well. So it looks like this has been farmed. Oh no, it's just recently been sorted. If I, like say, if I get this upgraded, I think it is going to wipe out both farms. How many coins have I got? 1, 2, I'm waiting to flash. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 6. I've only got 6 coins, so I need 8 coins in total. So it's unlikely then I'll be able to get that today. I could also get this built, but is there any advantage in that? Well, I will get it built just to, I guess sort of as a matter, just sort of par for the course, really. Just get it done and see if anyone comes over there to farm it. It's probably unlikely. They think if there's any extra farming, they'll come along here. That has now been removed. So what I'm going to do is get the coin from here. I'm sure there's 2 farms here. 1, 2. So I'm waiting until this field to the left. Waiting until that's been removed. Because then, because if I do it now, if I upgrade this now, it will cancel them. And that's pretty much ready for harvest as far as I can tell. So wait until that's done. Rip up, probably put this in here, which will almost certainly delete both sides. But it might not. It's just probably, probably will. And then they will have to find elsewhere to farm, which hopefully means they'll go over this side. So we'll see if any of that actually happens, shall we? It looks like it's going to be night before that is harvested, which is a shame. Go to the left. Look, this is closer than the town. Yeah, just little niggles at slightly annoying. I don't know if it's changing the newer one, but I'm definitely going to pick it up once I've completed this version. Like I said, that the other one is apparently co-op, which is fairly cool. I could order myself a trebuchet. Yeah, it looks like they are not going to get that completed at night, so instead I will order myself a trebuchet. I did say trebuchet. Catapult. Not a trebuchet. So, when is a catapult not a trebuchet, you ask? Well, one's got a big arm and with a rock and doesn't move. I guess you could have a movable one. I guess it's the action, isn't it? The arc of fire. What about Scorpion? What's that fire? It's like a big bolt, isn't it? Do I want to give this guy some cash? Yeah. There you go. And the other one. There we go. And that's 1, 2, 3. Look at all the farmers. And there's our new weapon heading over to the right. I think starting from the next level you get portals as well, which is it the next level or the one after one? I think it might be that one. Yeah, the interesting one actually, the portals, because you can destroy them. Very easy to, well, I say very easy, not easy to destroy, but once you destroy them, it allows you to then upgrade them, and then you can use it as like a sort of magical portal and see through things. So we are on to day 9, and you can see that we still need to sort this one out. Unlikely that we'll get anything else done. Do I want to put a person on that? I probably do. Get a second line of defense. And it looks like we were attacked from the left here. You can see these corpses here, these little bits. That's what's been left over from the attack. So red sky in the morning, shepherd's warning there. You see it's all there, so it's going to rain probably. This is now being harvested, and he's going to give me some more coin. Get me paid. There we go. And you can see the problem with it. It takes so long for the farmers to go back and forward. I mean, this is relatively close to camp, and even then it is, well, would you say like 1/4 of the way through the day? Yeah, so they're not in any danger. There we go, only took that. So let me upgrade this and let's see what's removed. I'm guessing both sides, but maybe not. Or maybe none. Maybe it is going to do that and keep it. I thought it would have removed them, but there you are. Anyway, we'll see when I come back, because they do have to build that. Speaking of building, I am going to get a couple more builders. I don't know what the perfect ratio is. Sort of winging it at this stage, but let's go over here, and then we'll get another another scythe in order to farm. We've got some... Oh, a villager there. I'll give them a coin. And I think these are just coming back. And we can see the gatherer, trader, whatever you want to call them, is coming along as well. So they're going over here. They're manning that trebuchet. We have another farmer, which will go and sort of get their plot set up. I'm going to give that guy the remaining coin because we might as well. Best stuff in the bank where it's safer and also generating more money. Yeah, look, it has actually kept both farms, which is good. However, it's still fairly useless because these 3 farms to the left will probably go back to the... They'll probably go back to the town unless these 3 farms are in some way connected to this and those people are told to go here. We will see very, very shortly because the sun is going down. You see how a torch is just being lit there. I like the subtleties of that. Like when you go into the forest, it goes darker and you light, the torch is lit and you get that. Very nice indeed. Anyway, so... Let's see where that sun is. I can't see because of the rocks. Generally, that like rocks do block sunlight. And it looks like they are headed back here. Is that right? Or are they just randomly wandering around? No, they are actually headed back to this. That is exactly what we wanted. That couldn't have gone any better. Right, we're going to go to the far left because I want to see what is going on. And let's see if we get any combat. If you get hit, by the way, and you have no coin, your crown comes off, and it's game over. That's it. It's a game over. Start again. You don't start back from Island 1, I don't think. I think if you unlock the islands, you can start wherever you want, but you lose that. If you've got coin on you, though, I think it drops the coin first. Could be wrong about that, but I'm fairly sure. It's a bit like Sonic and the Rings. What else as well? Oh yes, you also, when you get the stone keep, you can get like a knight of some kind and have a big shield. Oh, and here we go. We got some attackers, and boom, the rock. I like the way that the rock lands and sort of bounces a bit as well. And this is a fairly decent attack. And oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, you get these guys with sword and shield, and they will. Wow, that didn't last long at all. Yeah, and they will take hits with their shield, and it means they can sort of deflect stuff. And if you give them coin, they can take even more hits. I think they can have a certain number of coins on them, which is pretty cool as well. So that was the first major attack we've physically seen. Day 10 now, and I was not really too worried. A little bit of the wall's being destroyed. It will slowly start getting, the wall gets chipped away. But if you see that the person there actually give us some money. This person here. So I want to go for another couple of archers. I want to go with another farmer. Don't know if we have more people, but we'll go for that one. And I don't think there's anyone else there. So that should be, is it 6 farmers now? Which I think each field, I think you get, I don't know how many you get on each field. Not too sure. Anyway, that person can have a coin, and there we are. So, on each side, we now have a catapult. We have a tower. We have a wall. And we have a number of archers stationed there. Yeah, there you go. You can see that you got lots of farmland going here. That's very nice. Nice and relaxing. My coin! They're actually, looks like a lot of these are ready to be harvested as well. Excellent. And if we got even more, we could upgrade this to the far left here as well, and then farm even more. And that's probably what we'll do. However, we should probably think about as well maybe getting that there. That is where we've got another line of defense. Just because if we don't and this breaks, we've got nothing else to stop them. And I think it's best that we take some measures to ensure our safety. There we go, that's upgraded. This will probably block the farm going to the left, but that's not really a massive concern. This one is probably something to be upgraded as well. Anything that gets over or through that wall, we can then use that as like a next line of defense. So that should be okay. Looks like there has been some harvesting here. Let me just go and stand next to someone, just waiting for the coins. Any one of these could have the coin. It just depends on where they were stood at the time of the crops removal there. So let's upgrade this. So we'll say 1, 2, 3. And not gonna... Do I need to upgrade this? Do I need to build here? Might as well. There's no reason why we can't. On the Far left. That is fully upgraded. That's fully upgraded. That's fully upgraded. And we could build here, but it would probably be, I think, a mistake. It means that they would just wave into that wall, and I don't think they would attack. This will be upgraded to the higher one. No, it won't, because we don't have the right number of coin, so we'll have to wait. Everyone's going to go back to the shack. Ah, looks like we're going to get some extra coin here too, so there we go. We're getting paid there. We're going to get paid there. Pretty good. And you see just how much coin you can get very quickly once you have a lot of farms. I will probably be best in upgrading the stuff around the main encampment before really anything else, because, well, if we get attacked and they get through the sides, it would be bad. So yeah, I know I spent a lot of money there, but and you can see the archers, they're going to go on station there. There's a noise and you can see they change. Instead of being these sort of marauders or what, I don't know what you would call them, like sort of militia type of thing, like huntsman type people, they get their full uniform with our colours. You can see here the colours that we have is the same colour as currently the dress on the queen here. I think when you make it, just randomly just assigns you the different colours and whatnot on you. So yeah. So over to the trader once again and get some coin, but I think we will leave it there for now. However, since I'm enjoying this game so much, I think we're going to continue this on, and I will just give that person a coin, and I think we'll continue this on for another episode or two. Basically, I think we'll continue this one until we finish the first island. I think that would be quite interesting. Either way, I hope you have enjoyed this little look at Kingdom New Lands. As I said, it's something I've been very much enjoying as of late. So yeah, let's see what happens in the next video. Hopefully not get attacked and get absolutely slaughtered, because that's just, I guess, a standing order. Let's just have one more coin over there, one more coin, one more turn, and there we go. Right, we're going to call it there. Next episode, as I said, we'll continue on and see if we can get this ship at least pulled out of the mud, and we'll start to assemble it. Hope you have enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.